now watching the premiere episode of 411 on the 401. For students, by students. You're tuned into the best show on campus. Introducing our anchors, Flo Show and Sonny McIntosh. And our roving reporter, Utah Jackson.
We'd like to welcome everyone to the premiere of the best show on campus today, the 411 in the 401. We have so many great things to check out today.
We have a question of the day,
which will be filmed, and everyone on campus will be giving their input on that question.
And we have our Weekend Outlook, which is going to let you know what's going on around campus this weekend.
We're also very excited to have a very special guest, URI's very own athlete, Jasmine Jennings. She's hoping to be competing in the 2012 Olympics in the weight throw in London.
Let's start with our first segment, the question of the day, where we ask you, the campus community, your opinion on pressing campus issues. Today's question is, how do you feel about equipping campus police with firearms?
Let's see.
I think the URI police need guns because if I'm going to get attacked by someone with a gun, I don't want a person to come after, like a cop to show up, hey, I'm going to tase this person for you.
If you're going with the philosophy that the South Kingstown Police is so close, and you're not going to give police officers on campus a gun, then why even call them police officers? You might as well call them security guards and get rid of them altogether.
I don't really see these provisions making anything safer here at URI. I think that in terms of weapons and guns in general, violence only begets more violence. So I think if URI police had guns, this would just raise the temptation for students who don't trust the police or who are out to cause trouble to find newer, more innovative ways to defend themselves, including possibly firearms. So in general, I realize the intention's good here, but I don't really think that this is going to change things for a positive.
I don't know if I feel comfortable with the police having guns on campus. In the wake of the Virginia Tech shootings, I see how it could be important now to have them on campus, but I don't know if the URI police staff should really be armed.
If we had someone come in our house and pull a knife at 5:30 in the morning and threaten the brothers that live in my house, I feel like the URI police can have guns. I trust the police. Like, I'm close friends with Mark Sherino. I trust the URI police with guns, and I think it wouldn't be a bad idea.
Why URI cops should have guns? Because when you call the police because they have guns. I don't want to have to deal with something on this campus and have a cop show up and say, hold on, let me call the real police. They have guns and they can break it up.
I think that the URI police should not have guns because they're going to be far too trigger happy with them, and I don't want to get shot.
If URI police officers had guns, it would be ridiculous because they would have absolutely no need for them.
I don't think the URI police officers have guns because they have no need for them, and there hasn't been a lot of stuff going on in the past that they would have the need for them.
I don't think it's entirely necessary for the URI police to get guns. Like, in certain instances where they have needed armed police forces, they were able to get them. And I feel like it could just lead to more problems on the campus.
Of course they should have guns. What if something crazy happens? Load them.
Well, there you have it, a ton of different opinions from people all around campus. What I really would like to know is, Sonny, how do you feel about the URI police having firearms?
Well, I don't think, we have the Kingston police who is fully equipped with firearms. I'm not sure that, and they could be here in the case of a real emergency. I'm not sure that our campus police really need them.
I would agree strongly with that as well.
If you have an opinion on how you feel free to come to the atriums in the Union next Wednesday from 11 to 1:30. There'll be an open discussion for the students to talk about how they feel about this topic.
Express how you feel. Well, that was definitely interesting. We've got to be moving on to our very special guest. Now we're going to sit down. Utah is going to sit down with Jasmine Jennings, who will hopefully be throwing the weight throw in 2012. Utah?
Hey, it's Utah here. I was walking down a back alley and I ran into my friend Jasmine Jennings, URI athlete. Now, do you throw the weight or the hammer?
I throw the hammer.
Okay, very good, very good. Just want to clear that up a little bit.
Yes.
Now, tell me, how did you get into this?
Well, when I was in high school, I actually am from Rhode Island. I'm actually a local person from Warwick.
Ah, very nice.
It was funny. I was a volleyball player, and one of my best friend came up to me and was like, "Oh, you need to join track. You know, you could throw, shot put, and stuff." And I'm like, "Why would I throw?" So she made me join. Did it for 2 weeks. She dropped out a couple weeks later, and then I just stuck with it.
Very
and
cool.
then they gave me this little implement. Here, throw this against the wall. I'll try it. And they're like, "Oh, that looks pretty good. Why don't you continue to do that?" So
you threw it against the wall, and they were like,
impressed.
Great job.
Yes.
Was it a wall like this one here?
Kind of, actually.
Yeah, probably very similar.
Yes.
Now you created a film about you training for this, correct?
Yes.
Okay, and it's called Gotta Win?
Gotta Win.
Yeah. And tell me about filming that and how that went.
It was interesting. This was my my first film class that I took. So I had Keith Brown. We actually used these old K Brown, yeah. We actually used these old Bolex cameras, and I decided to do something that it was involved in my everyday life. So
very cool. Very cool.
To show what I do.
I believe you have a clip from that, don't we?
Yes, I do.
Okay, so let's take a look at that now.
Keep talking.
Yes.
So basically, once I graduated from high school, I actually won. During my senior year, I won like shot put states. I always came in second for the hammer. I was
second,
always,
huh?
Yes.
Always in second, never in
first.
first.
Always in second, never in
man,
first.
That's terrible.
Exactly. So I went to CCRI for 2 years, and then I threw there. But I found a coach that was around here, and so he's helped me to improve. I made it to junior nationals, and finally, when I transferred here, I got a full scholarship.
Wow.
And,
who knew that throwing a hammer could get you all that?
I know,
right?
throwing metal balls that weigh 8 pounds on a long string outside, you know.
On a long string, huh?
Yes, on a long string.
Must be a thick piece of string.
Nothing but metal. But yeah, it gave me a full ride here. Gave me a good opportunity to throw here for the next 3 years. So I'm on my 3rd year here. So.
Very cool. And what are you studying?
I'm a communications major, but I'm an art minor.
Ah, so is that why you got into the whole film thing?
Yes, I love film and I love photography, so
very nice.
That's what I'm involved in.
So tell me, this Bolex camera, what was that all about? This whole, you said, you use an old school camera?
Yes, an old Bolex camera from the 1970s. I hated it.
Oh man, do you have to like buy film for it and everything?
Yes, had to buy film, send it in, have it get sent back.
How was it working?
Like $300.
How was it working? How was it working with that?
Definitely a good learning experience.
Could you describe the camera at all? Like
this big metal.
Wow, that big? Oh my God, that's like a cinder block.
You should know.
Could you have tossed it like that?
I could have destroyed that thing.
Yeah.
It's made of glass and metal.
Wind up.
Yes.
Yeah, very cool, very cool.
So, well, besides.
So, what kind of sports are you into watching?
Watching.
Yeah.
I like to watch a little bit of football, a little basketball, but I'm not really into other sports. When the Olympics come around, that's what I definitely am involved in. So
yeah,
that's what I like.
Very cool, very cool.
Volleyball.
So what are you going to be doing this weekend, Jasmine? Are you going to be throwing the hammer around some parties? Are you going to be showing off?
Yes, well.
You going to be hurling kegs?
Well, it is still indoor season, and we actually throw the weight, and that's 20 pounds. Oh, okay. We throw the weight, it's 20 pounds. So I'm actually going to go throw at Harvard this weekend.
Oh, very cool.
So, but.
Going to Harvard, huh?
Yes, I'm going to Harvard to go throw.
I've never been to Harvard, nor will I probably ever step foot there.
We go all over the place. We go Harvard, Brown, Yale.
Very cool. Well, have a great weekend and good luck.
Thank you.
No problem. It's Utah Jackson signing off.